So, hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So, this is KuysAkmed once again. So, panibagong reaction video na naman. Mula to kay Bizarre ulit. Bizarre. So, top 5 to. Ayun. Wala naman na tayo nihintay. Tirahin na natin to. Sana walang jump scare. Jump scare. Yan. Malinaw.
A mother and her baby are alone at home when something very
Baby
unsettling
na
is caught
naman.
on camera. According to the mother, she has no words for this terrifying encounter. The mother writes, "I thought I was hearing things at first, but then my back door motion detector went off. That's when I knew it was real." She further adds that only she and her child live alone in this house. So whatever was caught on camera could be something else. If no other child lives here, then who or what was captured? This is what was caught.
Okay, paubos na. Creepy talaga pag bata, no? Pag may bata. Huwag may tinitignan yung bata eh. Ano yun? Parang may nagsalita. No? Uy! Putang ina mo.
Out of nowhere, a child's giggle is heard inside the house. But even more creepy is the fact that her baby was already looking in the direction from where the laugh had come from. Initially thinking it was just in her head, she turns away from the source of the voice, seeming less scared, when suddenly the sound of running footsteps is heard. It is at this point that she begins to realize that maybe someone or something is inside her house. It was only after the motion detector went off that she quickly fled away from the scene. As we already know, there shouldn't be another child in the home. Yet, a kid's voice is heard inside. The mom further mentions that she looked around the house as one of her thoughts was that a kid had broken into her home. But after searching all over the place, there was no trace of anyone there. Of course, it's not certain if a ghost entity was caught on
Lumilingon kasi yung bata eh. Parang may nakikita yung bata.
camera. But until more info is given, the question still remains. Just who or what was inside the house? A family in Mexico has been experiencing paranormal activity, from hearing random knocks on their door and opening it to find no one there, to seeing things inside their house move on their own. The family can't help but think that something very sinister is haunting them. Now, for some reason, these odd occurrences didn't happen until one day they heard a random knock on their door. Ever since then, they would wake up late at night to strange noises and other creepy occurrences that seemingly don't stop.
Kapag ganun, dapat di mo binubuksan. O may pumasok sa inyo yung multo, no?
Unless they are recognized. Given how often this occurs, the family has started recording these incidents. After being woken up once again by strange noises, a family member begins to record and captures the following. This is what they caught.
Son las... No sé si se alcanza a ver. Las 3 de la mañana con un minuto. Y mi hermana me acaba de levantar porque dice que se escuchan ruidos en el cuarto. Me
Parang
escuchan
Spanish, no?
dormidos y vamos a ir a ver qué se escucha en el cuarto. No hay nadie, solamente estamos mi hermana, mi hija, mi esposo y yo. Aquí en este cuarto está solo porque en estos
Creepy naman ang
últimos
kwarto
días
nila. Anong bahay nila?
nadie ha podido dormir aquí. Como podrán ver, el cuarto está totalmente solo
Uy, tanda ka niyan.
y pues nadie duerme aquí, solo estamos nosotros. Mi hermana dice que se escuchan cosas, pero
Creepy naman ang
ay,
bintana na yun.
pero no sé, pues no se oye nada, no sabe.
Uy!
Amor, amor,
Huwag mo
levántate,
ikumatok.
levántate porque allá le pegaron a la puerta. No sé qué pasó.
Gago yung bata, iniiwan nyo.
César y yo. Se escuchó la puerta. Se escuchó la puerta. Mira, acabamos de venir y no estaba así.
Gago, nakabukas na yun, no?
Todos los cajones
Oh.
están abiertos.
Mga ano, pinto ng cabinet.
All of a sudden, the bedroom cabinets are open. It's almost as though someone had ransacked the room before disappearing from sight. But the family knows it wasn't a person who did this, but rather something else. They continue to look around in confusion, trying to see if anything else had happened, when out of nowhere, this happens.
La niña está dormida.
Gago, may boses.
Solos. No sabemos qué fue lo que pudo haber pasado.
Ang creepy nung ano, nung bintana nila. Ba't di bigla sinasara?
Mi esposo anda viendo.
Uy, gago.
¿Qué fue eso? ¿Qué es, amor?
Movió la puerta, no sé qué va a traer aquí, nada.
No hay nada. No hay nada en el baño.
Just what exactly had caused the noise in the bathroom? Like with most occurrences, the family can't seem to explain it. But surprisingly, it was thereafter that the occurrences stopped. It would seem that the family no longer experiences anything unusual. But then one night, the following takes place. The family is woken up by a shuffling noise coming from the same bedroom where the cabinets had been opened. They immediately begin to record when the following happens.
Es aquí. Son las... No sé ni qué horas son, pero se están escuchando ruidos. Y estamos solas. Mi esposo anda trabajando. Mis hermanas están dormidas. Saraí.
Saray.
Allá adentro se están escuchando ruidos otra vez. Voy a despertarme. Ani. Levántate por favor para que me acompañen a ver allá adentro. Se están escuchando ruidos. Vamos. Agarra por favor a la niña. Dios mío, estamos solas. No sé si alcanzan a escuchar. Se escucha qué perro, qué hora son, hija. Son las 3:33 de la mañana.
3:33.
Estamos solas, mi esposo le tocó trabajar hoy. Estamos nosotras solas.
Creepy, ba't di nila tinitirahan yun? Ay, tinitira namin yung tinutulugan yung kwarto na yun.
Tenemos mucho miedo. Hace como 15 días que se empezaron
Kumakatok, ano? Kumakalantaw.
No sé si imposible.
Oh,
Ay, no sé si imposible dormir. Cuando estamos solas. Ay, no, no puede ser. No puede ser, no puede ser. Ay, Dios.
Ay, gago.
Ay, Dios.
Cortina.
Ay, Dios mío. Ay, no sé si alcanzaron a ver, pero se movió la cortina. Acompáñenme, por favor, a ver si no es alguien.
Ay, ano mo? Walang bubuksan yan, tanga. Iwan yung susi doon. Dahan-dahan. Uy.
¿Hay alguien? Ay, Dios mío, no quiero salir.
Uy, gago.
Somehow, the curtain moves on its own. Now, some think that a light breeze had made it move,
Baka
which
may
could be the
hangin.
case, but it still doesn't
Pero di,
explain
ginanon eh.
the noises
Hinawi eh.
or why the dogs were barking non-stop. Maybe it is the case that somebody was messing with them, but other previous incidents make the family think otherwise. So then, just what exactly is going on inside this home? Like with most videos, there has yet to be a definitive answer to this question.
Ano naman, lumayas na kayo dyan sa bahay na yan.
This next video was shot by someone who in the footage seems to be taking in the view of the river before them. All
Hindi
appears
mawawala yung mga kilabot ko.
until the camera catches something from a distance. Upon zooming in, it becomes apparent that whatever was caught on camera had most likely ruined the mood of the person recording. Now there isn't that much info on the clip, but it still nonetheless speaks for itself.
Baka naman,
This is
geek
what was
bar.
captured.
Lobat na din mo, tayo na.
Domingo, curtindo uma cachoeira em Leeds, Rio de Janeiro. Reparem o visual na mata. Agora o melhor de tudo
Oo ba?
é essa queda d'água. Muita água. Muita força. Uhul!
Lo,
Ih, caraca! Ele vai
Gago.
cair.
may duwende.
Caraca, apareceu um cara ali no meio da água. Mozinho! Mozinho, você viu o cara no meio da água?
Gago, dahil dun eh. Ayun, nalumubasan ito.
Ali, mozinho!
Not too far from the camera, there appears to be someone or something bathing in the roaring rapids of the river. After
Parang
being swallowed by
nahiya
the
no?
river waves, the figure all of a sudden vanishes. It's as though the waves had washed away the shadowy form, but then suddenly it comes back for a split second before being taken away by the river. Now, even if we
Sumilip
don't
pa eh,
know what
no?
the person behind the camera is saying, we can hear it in their voice how baffled they are by the strange figure in the distance. Whoever, or whatever this is, has yet to be known, but I'll leave it to you to decide as to whether or not it's something paranormal. Unfortunately, the lack of info on this video makes it likely that we'll never know for sure.
Elemento yung elemento.
Mountain climber from Mexico shares a chilling photo from his trip to the mountains. It was during a podcast that Jesus Olivares shared the image and recounted the story behind it. Doubtless, the picture is pretty creepy to say the least. In 2009, Olivares and a group of friends had traveled to one of the highest mountains in Mexico. The mountain is known as Pico de Orizaba, which has an elevation so high above sea level that it's nearly impossible to climb without an oxygen supply. Many believe that the mountain is uninhabitable for this reason, and therefore
Nakakamiss makit ng bundok.
lacks civilization. However, many climbers have reported seeing silhouettes of people and other strange shadow-like figures when going up the mountain. While some think that this might have been other climbers in the area, many believe that this might have been the spirits of deceased individuals who tragically died during their climb. Now, Olivares
Oo
admits
na,
to
pero kung
having
ganyan
seen
makikita ako dun, uwi na.
Perhaps this might have been the altitude sickness kicking in, as low levels of oxygen can cause people to hallucinate. But Olivares is certain that what he saw wasn't him just seeing things, but in fact, something real. And to prove it, he has a photo. In a podcast, Olivares claims to have seen shadows and heard distant voices while he and his friends ascended the mountain. These occurrences would come and go, but eventually stop at a certain point. They would continue climbing, feeling less spooked, before later stopping to take photos. Now, lots were taken, but one in particular would catch people's attention. After the trip was over, Olivares posted the pics on his social media and called it a day. But then, the day after, a strange comment was made about one of his photos, which read, "Nice pic, but who's the kid in the background?" Confused by the comment,
Bata na naman.
Olivares, in response, asked, "What kid?" To which they replied, "The kid in the corner. Who is that?" Olivares takes a closer look at the photo.
Oo nga, gago. Ginagawa ng bata dun, di ba?
He immediately got goosebumps. Olivares assures us that he and his friends, all adults, were the only ones present at the site. Initially thinking that it was just a lock, he shrugged it off as a case of pareidolia, but upon closer examination, there is clearly a child's face. It doesn't make any sense
Ano ang ginagawa ng bata dun, no? At saka hindi in-edited.
that someone, let alone a child, would be this high up in the mountain by themselves. Only explanation he can think of is that this was a paranormal incident. But of course,
Tsaka hindi kaya ng bata yun kung sakaling gano'n, nakakit ka ng bundok ka ng kataas. Hindi naman pang minor yun.
it is solely a theory among many others who've seen the picture. The photo continues to haunt him to this day, even though it was taken back in 2009, and the lack of an explanation reassures him that something paranormal occurred. But as always, what do you think?
Yun yung mga tayo.
Did Olivares capture something paranormal? Or might there be a rational explanation for this? Feel free to let me know what you think down below. If you caught something creepy on camera, or if there's any ghost videos you'd like me to check out and include in the next compilation, you can send them over to scaryvideos. Now, this last video was submitted by Aaron Tipsy, who states that a friend of his had sent him a creepy video. In it, Aaron's friend can be seen sleeping inside their bedroom when something downright terrifying is captured. It's close to midnight when the following happens. This is what was caught.
Parang di na siya mapakali, no? Gagulo. Ino mo. Ano yun?
What better way to induce insomnia than by watching a video like this? Now, it's worth mentioning that this same video can be found on TikTok.
Gago. Parang, di ko lang, parang edit.
However, the context given for that video is different from the one that was sent to me. Aaron states that his friend has no recollection of ever doing this in their sleep, whereas the one on TikTok states that they were fully conscious of this. Whether conscious or not, the imagery of this video is still nonetheless pretty disturbing. Real or not, this here is a great source of nightmare fuel. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy.
Gago, creepy nun. Pero parang edit siya. So, ayun. Grabe. May nakakatakot dito. May nakakatakot dito eh. Hindi ako masyadong nakakot. So, ayun. Out na tayo. Peace out.